Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I am the creator of Illuminous 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection technology gain times 8. All right, so just got finished jogging on the stairs from the downstairs to get the thumbnail for this particular video right here. So, the promotional sale went extremely well, very well, and we had some, like I said, we have some things to go correctly. Let me go use my my data. Okay, and a few things changing the company. One of the things we will be changing the company is the price change of our paints, because the promotional sale did extremely well. Now we're not going to have paints that low. Keep in mind we have to run a company here. I have to pay for shipping. I pay for shipping overseas, and overseas shipping is very expensive. So in order for me to keep prices at a certain level, we will change prices, yes, but the prices are not going to be like crazy cheap like the 2-quart kit. Because keep in mind, in order for me to do this, something's going to have to go, which means I cannot offer overseas shipping to my going to my customers for free. We will bring the prices down, but they will not be like at the promotional deal, because that's virtually impossible for us to be able to maintain our company and also pay for all the expenses that have to be paid for. Now, what's going to happen is once the promotional deal ends, the price change will go in effect immediately. Price check will only be affected to screen paints only. This will not include wallpaper projection screens. The Supreme 9 and Supreme 10, which are planning to launch this summer, we actually those inflatable screens and other screens we're going to be doing with those particular projects. Those prices will remain as they are due to the fact that it is a new product. Keep in mind that from a technology, especially 10, is going to be a quite bit much, but it's not going to be anywhere in the price of a $5,000 100-inch screen. For instance, if you were to get a Supreme 9 or 10 at 180 inches, it would not cost you the price of $5,000 for a 100-inch screen. All right, so as for the prices that we had for the 2-quart, that will be switched over to the 1-quart, and that will come with a 100-inch free blackout cloth surface. We thought we'd sweeten the pot on that one right there, since we're going to be switching over to a 1-quart to adjust the price with 2 quarts. We're going to add in a 100-inch screen with that, and that will allow you to have a paintable blackout cloth surface that will come with your kit. So keep in mind, you're going to switch over when they do the price change. The 2-quart will be switched over to a 1-quart. It will go for the price of $179, but it will come with a free blackout cloth surface, which will allow you to be able to paint, or however way you want to use it to utilize to paint your screen. But it's a free surface that you can use to paint, just in case if you don't have anything around the house laying around that you want to paint, or you just decide you just don't want to paint your wall. Prices for gallons will drop. Prices for 2 gallons will drop. We may have some special promotional deals coming up, as in for summertime, as in buy one, get one free. As for those who put it back, put a screen in your yard, put a screen in your house, we may have like promotional deals like that. Other things we're going to be adding in, I want to add real quick, to make sure we get everything updated, because I have to put all these updates in right away. I have an extremely busy day today. I'm doing a video inside our bedroom. My girlfriend decided, slash wife, decided that she wanted a projector screen inside the room, due to the fact that we don't want to mount screws into the wall and put a huge TV, bulky TV sticking out from the bedroom. She didn't want to take it away. She wanted something flat to the wall. So that's going to be my project today. She said, don't go overboard. So whatever I build back there, it's going to have a mahogany trim to match the furniture in the environment. So that'll be cool. The Optima right now, the projector that's sitting back in that environment, I did a swap out today. So right now in my workspace, I'm using my Epson 5W, that's what I'm using right now, and the Optima GT 5600 is sitting in the bedroom in the next room, and that's where she's in there watching TV. So I had to set up a nice screen, probably about a good maybe 50-inch screen I want to build back there. She doesn't want anything gigantic, which I wish I could, but I can't want anything huge back there. So I'll show you demonstrations today of that. Also, the motorized projection screen will not be here. So I want to do a live panel demonstration for those who've been asking me about painting motorized projection screens. We got a 92-inch coming in. It's going to be a bit of an interesting demonstration. to maintain the screen, the lights for the ambient light test. We are going to take a $68 screen. We are going to take one of the promo kits, which is $179. We're going to paint the screen, show you how to paint and do it, how to paint your own motorized projection screen, roll up, roll down, ambient light projection demonstration. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test it against a $3,000 Elite Dark Star 9. That would show you the price difference on what you can do with our product. Other demonstrations we have this summer coming up. I have my nephew coming over. He's about 6 years old. He's going to help me with some projects. We have t-shirts that we're going to be doing, Crystal Age Technology t-shirts. These t-shirts will be free. We're not going to be charging you for merch. I don't charge for merch. I mean, everybody has their own thing, but we're going to give it to you free. We just pack one there, ask your size, and just pack one in the box. You can have it for free. So he's going to be sporting one of the t-shirts and the hats and stuff like that for the company. As a matter of fact, we're going to have uniforms too, also too. So that's a whole nother. I can't talk about that too much, but like I said, we are in the process of actually buying land, warehouse space. So when I mean we're going to another level, we are going to a whole nother level with this. Okay. Okay. So yes, price change. We'll be going into a meeting once the shopping cart has depleted. For your projection. And once the shopping cart has depleted, oh, I'm sorry, I have no video playing at all. I'm sitting here having this conversation. I don't even have my main screen fired up. Like he's talking about all this paint and he's not showing us anything. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a wallpaper projection screen. I'm sorry. I was supposed to fire my projector up, and I got into the whole talk about trying the price change for you guys. But let me fire up my Sony. This is my Sony projector right here firing up, and I think I have it running through my PS4, if I'm correct. Yes, it is running through my PS4. We'll run it to the PS4. That's my wallpaper screen. Actually, I'm putting in a wallpaper screen in the because there's no other way to build the screen in there. Literally, there's no other way to build it in there because it's a smaller area where she wants the screen at, and she doesn't want anything sticking out from the wall. So instructions were nothing sticking out of the wall, nothing gigantic, nothing monstrous. She wants a nice little 50-inch back there because right now, the TV we had back there, and I was supposed to have done this a long time ago, the TV we had back there was around 32, and our bed sits back a little farther back, so she wanted where she didn't want a projector mounted in any ceiling, nothing. She just wants something she can set up top. So when she saw the ultra short, those Sony, she was like, oh, we should get one of these for the back room. So now I'm doing the blueprints. It'll be done by today. So I'm going to take a wallpaper screen. I'm going to cut it. Like these screens are designed to be cut and customized. So I'm going to cut the screen to around a 50-inch. I'm going to Velcro it to the wall. And since it's going to lay flat, I'm going to go over to Lowe's and pick up some mahogany wood trim. I'm going to do a nice little wooden trim around it to match the furniture and the interior and the bedroom. So that way, everything blends in together. Because, women are really particular about their bedrooms. That's how they want it. They want it just right. That's their area. A lot of men don't understand it, but that is their area right there for them. They like to have their makeup cabinets and all that stuff. I try to make the room for her more for her than for me, because I come in, I'm just laying in the bed, I'm going to sleep and get back up, I'm going to work. That's pretty much it. I can sleep on the floor right here, but for her, that is her little palace right there. So I do my best to keep her room as dainty as possible, and I keep my stuff out of there. All my stuff just stays in here. That's why if you notice, if you look at my house, I don't have all my stuff all over the house. All my stuff just stays in one area. It's cramped in here, yeah, but the house is hers, all right? So she wants to decorate it. She wants a house, and that's what I got her house. So that's why all my stuff is in here. Next house, I will be able to expand and get a gigantic gaming room. That is my goal. I want a huge, massive gaming room so I can display all my stuff. But for right now, it's all about her. All right, so move on from there. Let's show some stuff, some videos on here. Now you already see what the PS4 looks like on the wall. My 720p projector, which I swapped out. I'm on Facebook right now. I'm on a forum site. This is one of the forum sites that I go to. And in the forum site, I basically was displaying our black screens. The demonstration, I don't know if you saw the demonstration. I did a demonstration where I had a screen laying on the ground, and I was walking around. I was showing videos and movies off the floor using the screen, and I was doing this in a fully lit environment. So I did the thing demonstration here, and it hit a wow factor like crazy. So I go to forum sites. I do live demonstrations of well-lit environments, just showing what real ambient light projection technology is supposed to look like. And we get a lot of hits, a lot of orders from places like this, but also too, it educates people that, this is the best way to go when it comes to dealing with ambient light or true contrast black screens. So let me come out here real quick. I think I have a video playing in the background with some fish. playing here. It's understanding this right here. So this right here is a 720p projector that I'm using right now. And as you can see, the screen is jet black. This projector has a 10,000 to 1 contrast. So it really doesn't make a difference because even if I do use this on a projector with less than that, I'm still going to pick up amazing picture quality. And this projector is only at 720p. So my computer is very slow. I mean, literally like old timers. Or old man slow, but this is what I'm getting from a 720p projector right here in my environment on ultra short throw. These screens are all ultra short throw compatible. You know, here's something funny. Now all the projectors in the house are all ultra short throw. I just thought about that last night. I was like, you know, we got an ultra short throw now in the bedroom, Sony, and now in my work office I have an ultra short throw 720p Epson. So everything in the house now is all ultra short throw. And I'm telling you, I like ultra short throw due to the fact that you can set this thing right up on top of the TV because you can sit it right up on top of the screen and you can replace it like a TV. And that's when I do the video in the back room, you're going to just see exactly, we're going to do a video with the lights on. It's a lot of light that kicks off in that back room, I'll tell you right now. We're going to do a video with the lights on, with the screen not even painted. I mean, not the projection screen done, right against the wall, all the lights on. You're going to see with the contrast level, it's going to fade like crazy. Then I have 2 pieces of styrofoam coated with a Supreme 8. We're going to put that, we're going to stick that right to where the screen is at, and we're going to show you the demonstration from there, what it would look like with our product. Let me get our lights out here too, so you can see it. Some people might want to see this with the lights out. So here we are with the lights out. So you can get an idea how beautiful that looks. And that's a 720p projector. This projector right here cost me $89. That's it. That's what I paid for it. $89 for this projector. But the reason why, and a lot of people don't realize, when people look at my screen, one of the things they don't realize that my screen, keep in mind, yes, it's black. But in order for a black screen for it to work for me, because this in my office, the black screen has to pull up a high enough white level where I can see the text on the screen. Did you realize that? That I'm looking at text for the next day or whatever I'm doing, editing on my videos, as I'm going in and changing like the tags on what the video is called and stuff like that, information I'm putting in, links I'm putting in for people to see and watch, because sometimes I'll post links in for people to watch. But a lot of people don't realize that this is my work screen, and then my work screen, because the screen is black, if the image came up too dark, then I wouldn't be able to see the text. So the image, the screen has to pull up a high enough white level. You want to see my settings? I'm going to show you my settings in my projector right now. You're going to be a bit amazed. These are the settings in my projector. So you can see, I have it on whiteboard. And my settings are at 0. So if the screen was too dark, and some people may say, well, you know, that doesn't prove anything because your projector is sitting right up on top of the screen. Okay, so I want you to bear with me. Just watch this. I'm going to show you something. We're going to come out of my settings right here. Let's pull up, let me see if I can find one here. I should have one on the floor. I'm always got one on the floor here somewhere. Today, I was stacking all my columns here. Here we go. So this right here is black house paint, okay? Now, I'm going to take the black house paint, I'm going to lay it against the screen. I'm going to show you something here. Now, our technology has to pull a high enough white level in order for me to text. As you can see the text right here, I have to be to see this, because if I can't see it, I can't do work. So this is what happens, what I mean by we have the brightest black screens market. So I'm going to put this just right here for a minute. Oops, let me just get that to stay. There you go, right there. That's how dark and dirty the image gets. Now, if I put this on let's go back to my settings are literally 0. Let's go back to a computer's gonna be a little slow, so I'm gonna put you over here for a minute. Let's put in a many times as I type this in, I never can figure out why nothing really comes up on that end. Hold on for a minute. Alright, it's amazing. I'm faster on my key on my which one than I am here on this one. Let me go over here real quick. We'll bring up a snow doggy. Ooh, doggy. You see how dirty the image is? House paint. Let's get, let's see. It's house paint. Let me see if I can find anything else here. It's amazing. I lay all my samples down perfectly so I can find everything. And then yet when I go to look for it, it's never there. Oh, and that's it falling off. Let me get a piece of tape real quick and make sure that's straight. I bought extra tape just in case we have any complications with anything that wants to come off the board. Get this stay. There we go. There you go. So it has to bring up a high white level so I can see the text in between, because I do a lot of work on this screen right here. So if I was using everyday black paint or if I was using anything else, it would come up too dark. No way in the world anything would come up. And my chair, I sit about right here. This is where I sit about when I'm doing my office work. About right there. That's where I'm sitting. You're going to, if this is vinyl right there. Somebody told me that they could use black vinyl as a projection screen. That's a bad idea, because black vinyl does not produce light. So you're going to have a problem there with that one. That's going to come up like that. Yeah. It has a mind of its own. My screen here has a mind of its own. Let's try to see if we can get anything to stay up here on the screen. Let's see if we can get anything to stay up there. Here we go. So there you go. This is what happens if you use black vinyl. Now, if I'm doing any work, I need to do work on my screen. And mind you, my settings on my projector are at 0. This is what I would get. This is what I mean by our technology pulls the highest level on any black screen. Of course, if I'm using a gray screen or if I'm using a silver screen, the problem to run in there, if any ambient light hits this room, and it will hit this room because this room is very bright, especially my windows. My curtains on my windows bring in a lot of light. The screen would wash out. So I wouldn't be able to see anything on the screen to begin with. My web page is all black. I'm definitely not seeing that. So I have to have contrast. It's very important. So the screen has to be to pull up a high enough white level so I can see the text crystal clear. If the screen was too dark and couldn't produce a white level, I can't read the text because it would blend into the darkness of the screen. And keep in mind the settings on my projector, which I showed you right here. My settings that are on my projector are at 0. Let me remove this real quick so they're at 0. There's a PS4 over there. So, you know, consider that. A lot of people don't realize that. One person actually pointed out in the video, you know, put your text on your projection screen over there when you're working on it. I said, that's kind of interesting. Now, keep in mind, if you have a church, and one of the things they show up on church is a lot of text, a lot of scripture. We're going to do this demonstration. We actually got a high venue projector coming in around 7,000 lumens. Most churches are using 5,000 and up when it comes to lumens because they have to have a projector that's going to sit back and like at least 30 feet away from the screen. So at 30, they figure with all the light they have in the church and with the windows and everything, the projector has to have a high enough lumen count because by the time it reaches to the screen, it's pretty much going to be cut down. It's not going to be, if you have 50,000 lumens in a church and you're at 30 feet away, you are no longer at 50,000 lumens. That's gone. I mean, your lumens are dropping left and right at a high rate before it hits the screen. By the time you nail that screen, you'd be lucky if you had 5,000 lumens left. You'll literally the ambient light will literally eat through a projector that fast. You don't understand it. Some people end up make the misconception. They think because they have 3,000 lumens, depending on how far your projector sits and how much lighting you have in the environment, depends on how much lumens you will have by the time it makes steps. You have to be able to produce a high enough gain in order for you to bring back a proper picture, in order for you to have a decent picture, as in color, as in contrast, as in all that has to be to pop up. So that's why a lot of these churches have 10,000 and 40,000 and 50,000 lumen projectors, because of the distance it has to travel. Now, even if you're using ultra short throw, which I showed you in many demonstrations, ultra short throw on a screen using 20,000 to 1 contrast on a white screen does not show up that well as when you're watching it on a black screen. You're watching Batman or Underworld, something that involves contrast. Or for some of you big gamers out there who like Call of Duty, Call of Duty requires a lot of stealth modes. And how many times have you been working on a gray screen or a white screen and a stealth mode pop up, you got to turn all your lights up because you can't see what's going on in the game. That's something I never have to deal with when it comes to this kind of technology. They look just like TVs. These things are fantastic. I get up every day in the morning. I put on my shows I watch over here. I got some shows I like to watch. I watch Dope or Nope. That's my favorite show. And then I come over here and I work on my computer, and this is my day up here when I'm working. And then other than that, I'm testing stuff out here and there. So we're going to go over to YouTube over here. And then I watch Hulu and Netflix and my cartoons, Bob's Burgers and stuff like that. So this is what my screen is like up here. Now, let me see. Let's just grab random prep on here. Just random anything. We'll grab this one right here. Or just random videos, just anything random. So you can just see the magnitude of the color. Nothing fades, nothing washes out. And I've done this a few times, this video right here. Red is one of the interesting colors. Let me put right there just for a minute. All right, for those of you, just want to show you something because, it's not too... Now this right here, we've done this many times before. You know what I'm grabbing for. This is a screen that's very popular. The Great Cinema 5D, right, by Elite Screens, right here. Now I'm going to show you, something really quick here. We've done this many times before. Those of you know I've done this many times before. We're just going to take it and we're just going to put it right in the center of the screen, right here. All right. One of the things I want to show you first is before we get to this video, I want to show you something. This is not a great screen paint mix. This is a very high professional screen. This screen versus a screen paint mix would easily beat it. There's a difference between this technology and a gray screen, a huge difference. So we'll come out of here just for a minute. And as I'm telling you, I mean by contrast is everything. Watch when I go into my menu. That's the blues that I pick up in my menu on my PS4. So your screen's not supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like this with deep, dark blues, deep reds. That's what you're be getting from your projector. That's why people go into calibrating their projector, because they figure they can do something with the color. But it's not your projector. There's nothing wrong with your projector. Your projector's working perfectly fine. It's your screen. Your screen can't display what the projector's designed to do. So it's not. There's nothing to do with your setup with your projector. I can get a 7 and make it look incredible on these screens. So it just shows you what you're getting from your projector. So first thing I always do in every demonstration, and I do this right from the door, I like to show off the white levels first. That's the first thing I do. White level, you're basically you're really just hiding things. And I don't want to hide from you. I'm just showing you right up front. Now we'll take a right here, see, let's grab a simple white. Just simple white, that's all. White screensaver. I do the white screensavers because it's nothing but, nope. I got white snow. I don't even like a snow screen. Oh, great goodness. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how old some of you might be, but when I was coming up as a kid, at a certain point, the broadcast station would shut down and you would just get a snow screen. And then when Poltergeist came out, screen, it was a freaky thing to go through because, you're sitting there falling asleep, you're watching the national anthem come up, and then it goes. And if you saw Poltergeist that particular era when that popped up, man, you got out of that seat. It's faster than night and day. Whew. I mean, literally, you got up out of the chair without bending your knees. You ever see somebody get out of a chair without bending their knees? It's a funny thing. It's not possible, but you see that. All right, so yeah, the Poltergeist were here. Those amazing movies back then, I think, were much better. They were much better. Let me see here a bit on this. It's early in the morning. I've had no cereal. I've had no tea, and definitely had no coffee. So my brain is okay. White screen. Here we go. White screen. That's a white screen. Now we're going to bring up the white levels. Now what we're going to do in this, as we bring up the white levels, let's grab the black screen also too. Let's grab that. All right, we'll put that over here. All right, so we can see the difference of everything all together. All right, there's a black screen right there. All right, so we got black. All right, so let's put white levels. And I've had this discussion many times in a bunch of the forum sites about basically the gray screen have the ability to pull amazing white levels, of course. Oh, but keep in mind, really quick, as I said before, even though a gray screen can pull up an amazing white level, a white screen can pull up an even higher white level than a gray screen. Now, I know you're looking at it saying they both look the same, but actually they're not the same. And I'll show you. So we'll go over here and we'll pull up all white screensaver right there. Now you'll see where our technology is pulling up a higher white level than the black screen. And you think that the gray screen and the white screen are exactly the same, but they're not. Actually, the white screen pulls up the highest because it's actually white, where a black screen is going to pull up the highest black level, where it's actually black. The problem with the black screen is the fact that it can't have too high of a contrast level because you're going to have different shades of white levels. Just not just white, different shades of white. The white screen, on the other hand, has to pull up a contrast level, but it can't. It can only pull up a white level, and therefore colors and all that stuff are going to fade dramatically. That's why white screens fade so fast. Keep in mind the projector I'm using in the demonstration is a Sony VPL FH30. It has 4,300 lumens attached to it. It is 20 by 1200, so it's more than efficient enough to show you that even with a projector, this is a venue projector, a high power projector, that if your screens aren't working properly, your projector will not either. Now, I'm going to take the Cinema Gray 5D. I'm going to put this against the white screen so you can see that the Cinema Gray 5D pulls out a gray screen. Some people think that when you take a Cinema Gray 5D or any kind of gray screen, you put on a white image, the image comes up nice and bright. It still puts up a dark image because the screen is slightly darker than the white screen. So you're still getting, white levels, but not as high as you would get from a white screen. Either way, gray screens I consider to be caught in the world of limbo. Now, the line is black screens are going to produce the highest when it comes to contrast, bar none. White screen is going to produce the highest when it comes to white levels. A gray screen, on the other hand, can't produce a high enough contrast, can't produce a high enough white level, so they're stuck in between. So now, as you see in the colors, right, you're seeing the white levels first. We'll go switch over to the colors that are most important. Keep in mind, if you're displaying a white image, you take a white screen, display a white image, the white image will never, lights on, you can have a night, day, that white neutral color will never change. It won't fade, it won't wash out, it will stay the same. Black screens, on the other hand, if you're doing a black, you're projecting a black night sky, depending on how much contrast is in the screen, depends on how it can maintain that contrast. Getting 100% true contrast on the dark gray screens can give you a kind of a dark gray, but you're still technically not getting black. I've done that in historical demonstration, lights out on 20,000 to 1 contrast. So let's come out of here real quick, and let's just a simple red screen to show you. And the reason why I show you the blank colors first is because usually when people show you demonstration and show you all these beautiful colors all blended in together, you really can't see it. That's why you need to see solid colors first so you can get an idea of this is what you're really getting. And then we can throw in those pretty pictures to show you exactly that you're really not getting what you're getting. One of the demonstrations I like to do is the rose. The rose really starts off and you think you're getting a beautiful picture, and then you see when the rose expands and you see how the color fades, it gives you an idea exactly what you're getting. So keep in mind as you go home, or you're home right now and you're sitting in front of your projector, if you have a screen that's not our technology, and I'm not joking to you here, when you see this, then you're getting what you think you're getting, you're not really getting from your projector. So let's go over and let's hit red. Let's see how your reds will pop up. And it's not looking good already after you've seen this, okay? So this is how your reds pop up, for real, on your screen. This is what you're really getting. Our technology can produce deep reds. As you can see, lights on, we're producing deep reds. The Gray Cinema 5D is producing a faded image. The white screen is producing a faded image, and the black screen is producing so much contrast as the screen is coming up so dark that it looks dirty. Now, if we were to take the Gray Cinema 5D and we were to put this against the white screen, because if you put anything against black technology, you're not going to be a see, which is it's against a more superior surface. This is what bothers me. When big companies test their products, they always use white screens. There's no challenge in that. Anything can beat a white screen. You can go to Home Depot and get some gray paint and just smear it across a white screen, and you will produce a better color, better contrast, Then a great. If you're going to test your product, you should be testing your product against something that will give you a challenge. We do demonstrations against black screen versus black screen. You know how hard it is to do a demonstration against another screen that's just as black as yours and try to pull a white level better than that screen? That's a hard challenge to do. But to test your product against a white screen, something that you could beat by just spilling great paint on it, is not a challenge. This is when they go in and they should. Here's the thing, for them in the market, majority of most of the screens out there on the market are white. And they come in and they show them, this is what you're getting. That gray screen is automatically going to be to produce a better contrast because the screen is slightly darker. Now, if I were to take that gray screen right here and I were to stick it against our technology, which is black, and pulls a white level at the same time, then you're getting an image that's slightly a little bit better than the white, but still next to our technology, it can't even hold a candle. Now let's go over and let's switch over to blue, because we can switch to any color we want. It's always going to remain the same. We can switch over to, let's see, we got this. Okay, we're going to do this right here. This is even easier for me switching back and forth. I found this video right here. This is actually perfect. This will change all the colors. So you can watch all the colors change right in front of you, and I don't got to touch the controller. And you can watch it for yourself, what you're getting. So this is how your projector is really reacting. Now keep in mind, the screen, if someone says, well, your lights are on, it's not fair. Well, keep in mind the white screen is not going to be abstained. If the lights on or off, it's not going to get it. But we're talking about elite screen. Elite screen that has a high gain screen. I think it has a 1.2 or something like that. Now, just to add a little bit more into this color change we're going through, let's look up another screen, which I'm trying to find. I need to organize my samples much better. We have here a gray cinema right here. Another screen right here. It's another one we have. That's why you got to test. When I say when people test their products against their own mixes, you can't do that. You got to test against something a little bit more of a challenge. What is the difference? I mean, I'm curious because they got their name on the map. How did you get there? Your technology has to be technology, you know. So we'll take this one here next. This one has a gain of 1.0. So 1.0 is going to be much higher than the white screen. The white screen is actually a 0.0. And we'll put that right there. When they saw the white levels, I did this demonstration, they were like, oh, wow, look at the white levels. They knew, because the screen was producing such a high white level, that it was going to produce a much brighter image than a black screen. No. This is a faded image. You have no contrast. You can't pull it. Let's go and so my goal this summer, well, anyway, you know, my goal is to make sure everybody has a high professional screen in their home. We want, that's what we want, that's what we're going for, that's what we want. Now, we're going to grab something else. I think you're going to find this one quite interesting. I've done this one many times before. Those of you, this right here is gunmetal. Gunmetal screens are dark. I've explained it before. It's a gunmetal. Black diamonds are gunmetal screens. It's kind of a mixture, kind of a blue and black screen. That's what they are. It's a darker screen. The darker the screen, the more expensive the screen becomes. Now, white screens usually are cheaper. You can get those for maybe about $300-$400, maybe $200, somewhere around that price. Light gray screens, when it comes to professional screens, and you're talking about $800, $1,100, $1,200. And then when you get into these bad boys, these are the flagships right here. These are the ones that cost you $3,000 just for a 100-inch. So we're going to put that one, and I want to show you the gain real quick. Here's the gain. We're at a 0.9 gain on this screen, all right? Just because you have a high gain really doesn't mean that it's going to help you with contrast. All right, so we'll put that right there, see what we get. We're doing a color change. I got one more here I want you to see. I've done this one quite a few times. This right here, look at the sample sheet very carefully. So you can see what this is. That's a 0.8 gain. Right there. This is actually one of their newer screens. The screen right here. Now, the interesting thing I find about this screen is the fact that it has some viewing cone. Now, if you see me do demonstrations where I'll walk around the screen and I'll move it from side to side, that's to show you that the screen can still pull up an image at 190-degree viewing angle. Some screens have the ability to have something called now a viewing cone, which means the image will become dark around the edges. So if you move from left to right, it becomes dark around the edges. That means you have to position the screen in line with the projector. Your image will become dark. So we'll show you that right there. Now, any screen up here that's lighter, it's going to have the ability to produce better white levels. Any screen that's darker, it's going to be to produce a lower white level. Keep in mind, our technology is darker than, well, actually, the only thing that's on the screen is actually the same color as our screen, is that black screen right there. Everything else is lighter than our screen. So we're going to take this, we're going to put this right over here. All right. All right, so there we go. So let's step back and see what we got. So, taking consideration, we have a Dark Star 9. Price tag for this screen around $3,000. Price tag for the screen around $200 because it's all white screen. That's a daylight. Price tag for this screen is probably going to run you around $800, maybe $200. This right here is this black vinyl, so that just shows you right there that we can produce an image higher than black vinyl. This is a cinema gray, probably about, and this screen right here is that Paxson black screen. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. By daylight, this screen right here would cost you $4,000. Now, the larger screen you're seeing, the wallpaper screen, that's ultra short throw compatible, a screen that you can use outside, a screen that basically can be working with tons of ambient light. This wallpaper screen at 106 inches that has the capability of doing not just 16:9, but these screens can accommodate 235.1, would cost you $468. You do the math. And you're watching it live. There'll be no calibrating your projector, no wondering whether or not if your projector is ultra short throw compatible. It's an ultra short throw projector right here. There's my settings in my projector right there. That's on 720p. This over here is on a 1080p projector. Now my projector's cost, if I bought it used, would probably cost me in the price range of $350, maybe $500. If I bought my projector brand new, $3,000. So keep in mind, if I bought my projector when it first came out at $3,000 and I were to hit any one of these screens and get this kind of image, I'd be highly ticked. And the first thing they would say, well, maybe you have to calibrate your projector. How much light, swirl light do you have in your room? Because keep in mind, they want the screens to be set in ambient light environments, set to be in this kind of environment. So somebody tells me I'm going to spend $5,000 for a projection screen that I have to worry about aligning the screen just right. It may not work with my ultra short throw, so I'm going to have to buy another screen that would be compatible ultra short throw. And keep in mind, none of these screens are going outside. None of them. Not designed for it. The only screen I can take outside is a Yardmaster. Now, you saw the screen right there on the side right here. I'm going to show you something. This is called the narrow viewing cone effect. Watch the screen. Some of the screens will have the ability to turn dark. And they're not able to turn dark. So I'm going to have that one right in line with the projector. Let me see. Nope, that's with the projector because they will turn dark. Let's make sure I got the right one. Because usually that one will turn dark. That means I got it in line with the projector. Perfect. All right, so we got the color pattern. Okay. Yep, I got the right one because this is the one right here. This is the other one I got from them. Hold on. I got two of them from them. I got this one here too also. This one has a 2.3 gain. I should be putting this one up too also. Let me see something from it. So on the far end, we're good. What happens if we take the Paxson and move it from here and we put it in the center of the screen? We put this one here. Oh, that's just peachy. Just couldn't stand there for a couple minutes, could you not? All right, we'll put that one in the middle. And we'll take the Paxson. Well, if I'm saying it wrong, Paxson, I do apologize. We'll put that right there in the center. And let's back up right there. All right. Just by slightly, just a little bit. All right, much better. Much, much better. All right. So there we are. It shows you exactly what you're getting. Your color is supposed to be a deep blue. See, when I go into the PS4 menu, now let's show you what happens. We'll pull, like I said, we're going to pull the white level again. Now, in these demonstrations, if you notice, I'm not testing my mix, or I'll never call my product a mix. It's formula. I will never test my formula against my own formula. It's pointless. What I need to do is I need to get high performance screens, and I need to test my technology against theirs. Now let's go over here. Let's bring it up, and let's pull the white level again. Make sure I did click over. Okay, there we are. We're already in the white level. Okay, so we'll pull up here, all white screens here. I think this should be it right here. Now, as you can see, this is a white screen right here. We have a black screen here. As shown, our screen pulls up a white level than any black screen. And any of my videos, on all my videos, I've always said that a black screen will never have the ability to pull a contrast as a black screen. A gray screen can pull a higher white level depending on how light that screen is. If it's a light gray screen, the lighter the screen, the higher the white level. The darker that gray screen becomes, the white level drops. Problems with gray screens, like I said, they're stuck in the land of limbo. A black screen will pull 100% contrast, no ifs, ands, or buts. White screen will pull 100% white levels, no ifs, ands, or buts. Either one can't pull a contrast, or one can't pull a higher white level. Now, gray screens can't pull a high white level due to the fact that they can't pull a perfect white level due to the fact that the screen is gray. So since it's gray, it kind of drops it a bit. And because the screen is gray, it can't produce contrast either. So they're stuck in between. That's why I feel gray screens are going to become obsolete pretty soon. Not in 10 years from now, or not to me, but eventually one day, not me, I'll be dead by then, I'll be gone, and maybe my kids will, I don't know, who knows when, but one day you're going to walk in and see a black projection screen. You'll see it. Just like back in the day when I was coming up, all screens were white. There was no such thing as a gray screen. It didn't exist, you know. So one day you pop up and you see a Gray Wolf pop up. Gray Wolf was an all white, $3,000 when it came up. Daylight had a couple of gray screens too, also too, but it wasn't all projections. Go back and look at the 1930s, the first silent film, stuff like that. All projection screens were white. Someone came along one day and said, you know what? We should make gray screens, because gray screens will produce better color and better contrast, and you know the image will pop. And it got to the point where now, if you wanted to use a 4K or an HD projector, you had to have a gray screen, and that's where the price started to jump on projection screens. Then you had the black diamonds, and you had the DMP supernovas, and all of them started to come out. Well, sooner or later, same thing when technology changes over, screens are going to start becoming black, because now more are investing in black technology. Look at the OLED. OLED has basically broken records when it comes to TVs on so many levels, it's not even funny. If you remember my era, if any of you are old as I am, you remember when TVs used to be giant floor models, and it took 6 people just to move it 2 inches from one end to the next. And if you had carpet, it was going to be there. When you moved, you had the imprint of the TV embedded in the carpet. Literally, but everything else the kids do behind it. I remember those old-fashioned TVs where the clickers were about that freaking big, and click, 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 click. Or before we had the clickers, we had the dial with the coat hanger in the back of it, with the UHF in the back, which you put your Nintendo to the back of it. Yeah, there's my era right there. That TV tube was gray. All right. Then you come with the Sony Vegas. The Sony Vegas had the first square screen, all the way square, and it was dark. It was a deep dark gray. That's what we're doing in space. And then the screens changed over to jet black, and that's when the prices went boom to the roof. Whew. And same with previous costs now. All right, so let's come out of here real quick, and we'll pull up the colors. Let's go out of here, bounce out of here real quick. Drop out there real quick. And now we'll go back to the slow colors again, just to show you that what you're actually getting. This is why I have to show you the colors first. There's no point in me showing you camouflages of color if you can't make out one from the other. So let's do the red rose. So when people think, okay, well, I can just take black paint. Like, you don't want to do that. You do not want to paint your screen with black paint, because the result is going to be nasty. It really is. All right, let's do something here real quick. Now, we've already done the gray screens. Why gray screens are failed. Let's put in an OLED fish with the OLEDs. I think that's going to be more jaw dropping right there. We've done it before. We all know OLED demonstrations are all done black. Every last demonstration for OLED, the background always has to be black, an OLED. So we've done this many times before. We'll do this one with the beta fish. Now all my lights are on in the environment, as you can see, nice and bright. My screen is pulling up a fantastic contrast level. But I want you to concentrate on the black screen right there. We all know these screens are not going to pull up an image. I want you to concentrate on the black screen, because some of you are going to be thinking, well, guess black vinyl. That looks amazing. I mean, I don't have to buy this product because I can just use black vinyl, black paint, any kind of black material, and I would get the same results. The problem is the black vinyl can't pull white light. And usually majority of most black screen paints can't pull white light. So here comes the beta fish, white screen. Is the high performance. There's the difference between the white screen and the Gray Cinema 5D. Much more brighter, vivid colors. You know what I mean? When it comes to gray screens, they can't pull contrast. The background of this is supposed to be black. And so a lot of people, when they watch video demonstrations, and I said a lot of these demonstrations, why they're done in the dark, because they can't pick it up. Oh, can I zoom in? I can do better than zoom in. I don't know why, for instance, when somebody asks me to zoom in, it can't pull contrast. If I zoom in, you're still not going to get contrast, which I'm going to entertain you on that one. You're not picking up contrast. I don't care how close I get up on the screen, you can't pick up a red level. That's just simple. When someone has to ask, I'm not trying to be respectful, but consider the fact that, can you squeeze rock and can water come out of it? Can you go outside in your backyard and squeeze a rock physically and can water come out of it? That's the same thing of trying to get a white screen to produce a black level like a black screen. So zooming up on it, it's not going to basically change anything. You should be able to see that right from here. I can pull this all the way up and go as far as you want to go, and you will see where you're just not going to get that color. And keep in mind, do you know what screen this is? You just chiming in? Let me show you what screen that is. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's not your everyday screen. You got it now? That's the 0. None of these here are just everyday gray screen paint. These are professional screens that are set up against my screens. That's a $4,000 screen. If you bought that screen and you put it home, my projector is no joke. My projector's over here is 4,300 lumens. This is a venue projector. The size projector. These are venue projectors. They're $3,000. So if you're sitting in a church with 4,300 lumens, and mind you, my projector is only sitting back 12 feet and 5 inches at 4,300 lumens. That's a lot of power to hit a screen at 43. So we'll come over here. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'll definitely do close up. You want close up? I'll give you close up. Not a problem. But I want you to look at the fish. That's not dyed. Look at the fish, the vinyl on the fish. I want you to look at that real carefully. Now you're thinking that looks fantastic, doesn't it? All right. As I said before, any black screen can pull contrast. That's not hard to do. Problem with black screens is it can't pull a white level. That's the problem you're going to have. So let's take our samples off right now. These are samples here. It's on the floor. All the testing I do. These are all the samples I own. I got everything over here. That's what I'm requesting next. I want a Slate 7, Slate 8 sample sheet. That's what I want from them. It's the only thing I don't have. Now, as you can see, it looks fantastic. We'll go to a star field. Let's go to a star field. Go up a star field. We'll clear this out. And we'll put up a star field. Any black screen will put contrast. One of the things people do when they do an all black screen, they paint a black screen in their home, the first thing they do when they do everyday black paint, they go, wow, look at the contrast. They're so stuck on contrast. Any black surface can pull contrast because it's black. That's like any white screen can pull a snow level, a white level, pure white level because it's white. You can take off-white, eggshell white, colonial white. Doesn't make a difference. It's still going to pull white. This is the problem you're going to run into. Now, if I go over here and I pull up white, as you need a white screensaver. And as you can see, it's funny because somebody saw this demonstration, right? And they said, well, your screen's not black, it's gray, right? Because they didn't realize that the image in the middle of the screen that's producing gray, and this screen is black, they didn't realize that's a projection coming off of the projector. This is so we're inside the PS4 or YouTube menu. The size of the screen that's not being hit, that displays my screen as black. But I'm going to show you right here. We do levels, a white screen. Now, this is what happens when you take white levels and you put it on a screen that can't produce white light. White white levels. And are white levels important? Yeah, they are. And watch this. You know what I'm getting at already from the door. You know what I'm going. Let's get this, hold on for a minute before we start this. Let me pause this. Because I want to get this right in the center of the screen. We're off a little bit. Let's get this right in the center. Also, too, keep in mind, for those of you asking about will the screen crack or peel, do you have any screen hasn't cracked or peeled yet? You can't get natural color. That's your problem. You notice the black screen is displaying levels of shades of white. You have lighter shades, you have darker shades of white. This is why the white levels, even when like a screen produces white light, it has to produce certain shades of white. Let's grab, now that's black vinyl right there. Let's grab some black house paint. All right, so say you decide that you want to go over to Home Depot or Lowe's. I want to go out and get me some everyday black house paint. I'm going to do the exact same thing that Mr. Bird just did in his video. Let's see what happens if we take some everyday black house paint. We just stick that right in the middle of the screen like so. There we are. We got our black house paint right there. Right in the middle. Let's come in here and let's pause it. We'll come back a minute right there. We'll pause it. I want to get it on her skin tone so we can get a close-up shot. Let's get up close. When it comes to the white levels right here, as close as I can get for you. Dirty the paint comes up. Up here. Look at her skin tone. Look at the difference in the lips, the pinkness in the lips. This is stuff you got to look at when you watch these demonstrations. Look at this right here. You have to have certain white levels to bring up lighter colors. So you got the pink on the lips. Look at the teeth, the skin tone. This is what you have to look. Certain shades of light white light has to be to produce. The screens can't produce it. Because they can't produce it, the image comes out too dark. They can produce contrast, yeah. White light white levels is just as important as contrast on a black screen. Where if you have a light gray screen, that's going to produce a high white level regardless. But the problem is when it comes to contrast, it's going to fail. That's why you have to sit in the dark, trying to figure out where your coffee table is at, because if you turn the light on, your screen automatically fades. And a lot of people don't. Come on, those of you who have dedicated home theater rooms, wake up call for you guys. Just because you sit in a dark environment with a 20,000 to 1 contrast on your projector, you're still not picking up a nice light. I can do it nice. Matter of fact, I can come back in here tonight on some free time, and I'll take my 20,000 to 1 ultra short throw projector, and I'll stick it on some gray, any of these gray screens, and I'll take out the lights, and I'll show you that your screen is actually picking up a gray and not a white. The only reason why you're seeing because there's not black technology standing behind it. But you're technically just picking up gray. So if I have demonstrations where I've done Batman demonstrations on 20,000 to 1 contrast on a ultra short throw, if the light's out, and the image still came up to gray. I've done these outside. You're just not going to be able to pick that up, no matter how much you pay for that contrast. And keep in mind, the contrast ratio that you put on your projector, ViewSonic or any of these companies not giving free. You're paying for this. You're paying for something that you will never ever be able to utilize. I had a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention the fellow's name, but he was going to go out and spend $15,000 for a particular screen. And when they told him that he couldn't view the screen on an angle, he said, no, I'm not buying it. You has $15,000. This is a 120-inch screen. About $1,500. About $15,000 for that screen. Now keep in mind, it's a starting point for some of these high-end screens are at $3,000 to $4,000. What do you think 120? Some of you guys are requesting 150-inch screens. You want 160, 170-inch. What do you think a 170-inch screen of a DMP Supernova would cost you to have in your home? It's definitely not going to be $468. You want a kicker? Look it up for yourself. You want the price of a 120 50 inch or 100, say 180 inch. You want a 180 inch DMP Supernova? You got $18,000? If you got $18,000, you can have that screen. My screen in my basement is 200 inches. The screen I had in my backyard is 180 inches. That screen with 180 inches would have cost you around $488. And I can use images outside. But before we go, now let's show you some real quick. Let's take this off. Let's get rid of this because we're done with that. Now you see the difference. That. Let's put that over there real quick. This is why the white levels are important. Natural color. Now let me show you something real quick. Now today, Jamie's paint comes today. We get it today. Will I have time to do the demonstration on it? No, because I got so much to do right now. I don't even know if I can even get to it today, but it will be here today. I will show up the containers. The container will stay sealed. And you know, I mean, I'm not even going to take it out of the box. I'm just going to leave it in the box. But I will have to get to it probably tomorrow because I really don't have time to do it because my schedule literally is that busy. We got so much going on right now. Like I said, between right now, I got to go and start adjusting the prices on the website. That's not going to be today. The price change is not going to be today. The price change is when the shopping cart depletes on the promotional paint. When that depletes and that's gone, when that's out, then we'll go over and we'll change the prices over. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, so basically there's no confusion here that the $179 for the 2-quart promotional deal, once that ends, that will be switched over to a 1 quart. Now with the 1 quart, to keep that, that price a little bit more interesting, it's only with 69 blackout cloth. It only comes with the 1 quarts only because the price switch over, we're going to make sure because you're going to lose a quart, we'll add in a screen. So it's even Steven. So I think that's a fair deal. That will come with free shipping. Now keep in mind the prices will be changed, but not dramatically. Added at $179. Keep in mind, do a lot of shipping overseas. Product costs money. Everything costs money. So in order for to keep my shirt and keep my product going, I'm going to have to charge a certain price. It's not going to be bottom dollar cheap, but it's going to be where you can afford it. Also, too, keep in mind that in order for me to ship this overseas, and a lot of people don't realize that when you're packaging, you're shipping items overseas, you're offering free shipping. For me to ship a medium-sized box to Saudi Arabia would cost me in the price range of $62. Consider $62 to ship a medium size. If it's going to Hong Kong, France, Italy, that's what it costs me. Sometimes some places may cost you a little more than that. Some places may cost you $72 a box. So in order, if you want me to have prices insanely cheap, and that's what everybody wants, then guess what? Some people got to go. I mean, I can't ship overseas, and I don't think that's fair. So I have to keep the price reasonable where we make enough money to maintain our company, but also too, we make it so everybody else can afford it. So no, keep in mind, do not put me on the level of Jamie paint. This is not Jamie paint. And the demonstrations you have seen, we're not on his level. I have a few people that are coming and compare me to him. Please stop doing that. He doesn't do any of our demonstrations. He doesn't do the detailed demonstration. You just see me display to you right now. He doesn't test on any high performance screens. He cannot show you the difference between a $1,000 projection screen and a $488 screen or $460. I can show you that. So please do not compare me to his product. All right, so let's go from here because I'm going to show you one of the demonstrations he will have to pass. Now, keep in mind, in these demonstrations we will be doing against his product, this is not to call him a scammer or none of that stuff that he's been doing to us. It's nothing like that. We're going to keep this clean. We're going to do demonstrations, like I said, on high performance screens. That's why we have all the high performance screens here. My screen will be included, which we don't have a that because we test our screens anyway on that level. We'll be doing some outside demonstrations. We also will be doing the bare silver screen because I have yet to see what is the difference between bare silver screen and his product when it comes to contrast levels. Keep in mind, any of these light gray screens will have the ability to produce white levels and colors and so forth to a certain degree. But on my end, bare silver screen at $23 again compared to a UV mix with contrast, because one of the biggest flaws for a gray screen is contrast, just like one of the biggest flaws for black screen is white levels, which we have proven that already by showing you the demonstration which you just saw a few minutes ago, the difference between my technology and black paint or black vinyl or anything else. I need to see that demonstration done, but since it wasn't done, called me. He requested, very nice, very polite on the phone, no disrespect. He contacted me on the phone. He requested for me to do the screen on a larger sheet. You have a 20-inch screen back there waiting for you that's going to have your name on it. So we're going to give you're going to have a big enough screen for everyone to see how the screen's going to react. Now, once we paint the screen, we're going to pit his screen against other high-performance screens so you can see the difference between what's the difference between his screen and a Dark Star 9, what's the difference in the screen between the Paxton or any of the screens we have up here. Why does the screen have that particular price range? Now, we're going to go back and then we're going to get the cheaper paints. Bare Silver Screen, Kills. The Kills is basically primer. That's all it is. And we're going to do those side-by-side demonstrations and the color patterns of side-by-side demonstrations with Starfield and, outside. And then we'll do our technology against all of them together. And we'll do them on with ambient light. We'll do them outside. We'll do them with low entry-level projectors. We have plenty of projectors here. We have ultra short those in here galore. So we're good. And everything else. I even had, matter of fact, he had this projector in one of his demonstrations, but he had these. So mine more than his to test it on because he did a demonstration using this projector. Keep in mind, I felt that when you did that demonstration that the environment was a little too dark. So, but we'll do this in a well-lit environment. Now, let me show you. And like I said, I take no joy in this. I said this last night when I did a live feed. The Elite screens, and their screens are not pulling up on contrast, and their screens are fading on red levels and blue levels and green levels. What chance do you think this paint mix is going to have in that realm with these particular screens? It's not going to go well. I'm going to call it as it is. So let me go over here and show you. And this is not going to be unfair. I think he feels that we're just going to have his paint up there only. No, you're going to be on a 120-inch screen. You're going to have somebody else. I wouldn't dare miss this party. Oh, heck no. Though our technology is on a different level because the test that we put our screens under, I can take a screen outside, I can do a demonstration at 4 and 5 o'clock in the evening because we're used to testing ourselves on that level. And I had some people come back and saying, well, you're using a 4300 lumen projector. Yes, we are. But in one of the in a few of our demonstrations, we displayed a silver screen producing an image outside on 50 lumens. 50 lumens. Another demonstration, look it up for yourself. YouTube it. It says 1100 screen paint challenge. That's a challenge. Post your link. No one has ever posted a link. It's been there for 2 years. No one's posted a link yet. A matter of fact, this is the projector I was using in the demonstration right here. There you go. A little projector right there. That projector is at 1100 lumens, 720p. It was manufactured in 1999, and it's sold. It only has a 4.3. We pulled that back around 6 o'clock in the evening and had a black screen at 12 feet back and was able to pull up an image from left to right with no problem. No one's ever challenged that demonstration. The thing about it, when I go to the forum sites and I show off these insane screens, the first thing they say is, well, they talk about ambient light rejection, just gets a free pass. Like people say, okay, because it's inside of an environment and there's a little bit of lighting going on, that's ambient light rejection. That's not an ambient light rejection test to me. An ambient light rejection test to me is taking a screen outside. That's an ambient light rejection test. If a projector can thrive to 1100 lumens, inside it's a cakewalk. That's why you see me walking around the house showing videos of the screens and everything, because the technology is designed to be pushed outside. So, before we ramble on like a madman, show you some of the insane stuff that we have to do. You know what I mean? But if you take a screen and you stick it in a comfortable environment, like, very little ambient light blocking out the light, high power projector, then you got to go out and do the real deal. Have to be able to push the envelope. You have to. It's not enough to do your screen another mix. That's why when we came to testing white levels on our technology, we were testing against. A lot of people don't realize when we do our demonstrations on black screens, we test on other black screens. Because I have to see the difference between your white level and mine. Maybe your white level may pull up better than mine. So I need to reconstruct my formula to make it so I can beat yours. I need to see flaws. You have to. That's the only way you can improve on your product. That's a rose demonstration outside on a screen, and that's a gray screen paint mix versus black technology outside. Color pattern demonstration outside. This is me watching Tron outside. If that screen doesn't pull a contrast level, it's not going to come up. I'm going to tell you that right from the door. I know what's going to happen to it when it gets here. It's going to react the same way as bare silver screen. Gray screens do the same thing. I've done dark gray screens. As a matter of fact, we can blend into a dark gray screen. One of the things he's going to have to be to pull off is a star field demonstration. Now, I know he's probably saying that the product he has is not ambient light rejection, but keep in mind, anytime you display a screen, if the screen is not ambient light rejection, never any form of ambient light, because that's a misconception. You're turning all your lights on for it to be ambient light rejection. Yes, you do. Your screen's not going to pull up out there. It's not going to pull up in here. Also, people have to understand too, just because you have a screen that has ambient light rejection, it makes the screen brighter, yeah. If you're going for distance, yes. But you have to consider the fact it's not going to change contrast. Having a screen that has a 0.9, 10.0, whatever it may have, it doesn't change contrast. You can't pull up a black level. If you can't pull up a black level, your images come out like this. This is color pattern. So if his screen can be the UV mix, it could be non-ambient light rejection. If there's no contrast in that screen, then the problem you're going to have is the screen's going to fade. And anytime the light hits it, ambient light rejection don't mean jack on a screen that bottom line can't pull a contrast level because you won't see it to begin with. It'll fade out on you. What's the point of seeing a screen if you can't see it if it's not there? Oh, it's bright, it picks up, but you can't see the screen. You see right there? That gray screen in the middle could have a 10.0 gain, right? But if it has no contrast, you still can't see the screen because it can't pick up. If it has too much contrast, then the white levels become dirty. If it's an in-between gray, then you run the risk of basically just having some contrast, but not true contrast. It's going to be a dark gray either way. Or you just run the risk of basically. So you see how complicated it is to develop a black screen that can produce both white and black at the same time. And there's a star field demonstration right there. That's a star field demonstration outside. And this is, keep in mind, this is the summertime. This is the wintertime. So in the wintertime, keep in mind you're going to have daylight savings and all that other crap, right? You got to make it harder than that. So let's do something berserk insane. Let's see. Good morning. Yeah, I got all ultra. I just thought about that last time. We got all ultra short throws running in the house right now. Like literally everything in the house runs up ultra short throw, which means I got to buy a couple of them because now for the backyard screens I have 7,000 lumens coming in for the backyard. Now we don't need 7,000 lumens, but like I said, with the new projection screens coming out, a lot of these companies we're going to be dealing with are going to have 7,000, 10,000, and they want to know, hey, look, if I hit this screen with a well, if you have a problem with me basically talking, then you can just leave and I'm going to let you go. There you go. Goodbye. All right, now let's move on. I get those every so once in a while where somebody says, we need you to calm down. I'm calm as can be. I'm calm. Why would I sit and why would I be bothered? Look at my technology. Look how beautiful my screen is. If you got up every morning, you have to see this every day. Oh, you just don't know. That's why I got customers left and right, and you can check it out the bottom, posting their screens. Right now, he's going to be going through a bit of panic, and I would too. Because if that bare silver screen matches that screen, and I'm telling you, it's going to match, then there's going to be a problem there because the bottom line, it means he's been selling you a product that you could have literally made yourself. There's no real testing behind it. That's what you're going to have to ask yourself. What did you just buy? There's no real testing behind it. Has he done any of the tests that we've done in any of our demonstrations? If he hasn't, then there's no real testing behind it. What did you buy? It's like you buying brakes and they only been tested 3 or 4 times. Would you literally buy brakes in a car and they've only been tested about 3 times? They're good. They're good. Go ahead. Check them out. You wouldn't buy them. They have to have, that's why we have so many demonstrations. Ask me a question, have I ever froze the screen? Did it already. Ever heated up a screen? Did it already. What kind of testing on any of the high performance screens? Been there, done it. What about outside? Done it already. What kind of projectors? 1100 lumens, 50 lumens. Been there, done it already. Let me show you right here. Hardest demonstration. And the screen wasn't even black. It was silver. It was a silver screen that produced on a 50 lumen. Mine. Because I was curious when we developed this technology. I was like, how low can we go? And we want 50 lumens. So right there, I'll post a link so you can see a little better. That is a pocket projector. Let me go a little farther up. A little farther right here. So I took it off the porch. So I'm off the porch. This is my old house. I took it off the porch. And over there I had the 50 pocket projector. Take it off the porch because we took it off the porch because I didn't want to say, well, it's under the porch. Consider the fact that all this ambient light is surrounding the screen. We took it off the porch so we don't have the roof protecting, so we have direct light coming down. So that's a silver screen producing an image outside on only 50 lumens. Now, if I can do that on a silver screen, which our technology is far more advanced than silver, imagine what black technology can do. This is the kind of stress test that you have to be to put a screen through. There you go, 50 lumen pocket projector. Keep in mind what I said in the video. Because the projector is at 50 lumens, it's no longer going to be 50 lumens when it makes contact with the screen because all that ambient light will kill those lumens before it makes contact with that screen. And the fact that you can see that image outside, that just shows you right there the difference between what we do and everybody else does. So that's a 50 lumen right there. Let's go for my personal favorite. Those are 50s. So we've been doing outside demonstrations for the longest time. It's nothing new. We've been doing this for years. Let me show how far these demonstrations go back. This was 2 years ago when that demonstration was done. So 2 years ago, I was doing demonstrations of outside demonstrations. You see what I'm saying? You can't half anything. Oh, here's one for you. We did nanotech. Nanotech was a technology gain that, keep in mind, the projector's 50 lumens versus TV. So that right there is a TV. And that right there is a 50 lumen pocket projector versus a TV. Lordy-do, lordy-do. I love what I do. I'm thinking it's a challenge, man. I can't tippy-toe a demonstration. I can't do it. Like I said, when we used to go to test facilities and they had 10,000 lumen projector, because they had it in the shop. They had these massive freaking projectors, like good gracious, like 10,000 lumen projector. We're using 50 over here. We're using 720p projectors over here. And each jokers are going to use a freaking 10,000 lumen projector on my screen. You know what a 10,000 lumen projector looks like? If it hits a screen that used to operate in easy cakewalk. You can give me the contract now. You can sign it right now. I already know what it's going to do. But if I basically say I'm using in my demonstrations, all my demonstrations, I'm using 7,000 and 8,000 lumen projectors. That means that screen, if they hit that with anything lower than that, it's going to struggle. So that's why I'll hit it with a 50 lumen, because I know if I can get a 50 lumen projector to produce an image next to a TV, you hit my screen with a 10,000 lumen projector, I'll blow your mind. I'll pass that test easily. There you go. 50 lumens versus a TV. And that's with the lights on. Look at it with the lights off. Keep in mind, that right there is the 50 lumen on that side. That produces a brighter red than the TV on this side. A TV, so maybe it's the settings. A TV settings are going to be much higher than a 50 lumen projector on any level whatsoever. If the image was too dark, you wouldn't be able to see the images around the TV. It was set too dark. Both screens are exactly green. The only difference is this one's actually producing a much better color. A TV is always going to have better color than a projector. But with this technology, it was different. Keep in mind, you know what the 8 is? Is every single screen paint we ever developed is it was embedded to design the 8. That's why the 8 has different things where it can produce images outside, color, brightness level. It has all the other signatures of all the other screen paints we've ever developed. That's what made the 8. That's why I consider it supreme. It's the ultimate one. These are like I said, these are all the demonstrations. Another 50 lumen test outside. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Look at this. You have to be able to push in. This is the first on testing ambient light projection, the first test. They had to be done 8 o'clock in the morning to see how much light the screen can take in. This is a demonstration to take in. how much punishment it could take in. Watch this one right here. This is gonna blow your mind. This is the final product done. Right here. These were the portable screens. We're testing the Surface portable. That's what we're doing. What's that? So that G demonstration outside. See how much light we got out there? Now the screens aren't made to operate that much light. They're made between 4 and 5. But we had to basically see exactly when you start testing the screen outside, and it's a long process, man. You have to sit out there for hours. Oh my goodness, man. And you have to watch, like, okay, we'll start the time off at around 4, maybe about, we'll start off at around 12, right? So at 12, and it has to be an area where I can watch my projector. No one doesn't steal my stuff. Porch, we have the projector sitting inside in the house, and it's pushing through the glass door, and it's hitting the screen out on the lawn. So I have to sit out there, and that projector has to, so we can see what hours the screen actually activates. That's how we know that the screen's activate at 5 o'clock or 5 o'clock and up, because at 5 o'clock the screen will pop and it will activate. You'll see all the colors and everything will pop up. Then we know the timeline of when that screen won't launch. So we got customers saying, hey, I try to use the screen at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, no, you can't use it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll pull up the video, show them the demonstration. This is our test video right here, showing you that that screen will pop at that particular time. And it's also marked on the website. So look at the angle gain. That is the angle gain outside. Now, what would happen if I took that UV mix and I stuck it out there? That's the kind of stress. A lot of people don't know when they watch my demonstrations. You just see the demonstrations that I'm posting. You don't go back to my archives. You don't see the demonstrations that I've already done. I've got some screens that I've submerged. We have a screen that can be submerged underwater, and you can watch images underwater. But I can't wait till we do the motorized projection screen. That's going to be fun. Doing the motorized projection is going to be fun because for those you've been asking over and over and over, and we've done quite a few of them. We'll do it live. We're going to paint it. We're going to do a roll up and roll down on the screen. I always do the roll up down to show you the screen's not going to stick, because that's one of the things people fear when rolling, doing a motorized projection. Leave a layer on the top. No, this paint's designed to embed and bleed into the surface, so that way you're not going to get a you're not going to have a problem with the screen basically leaving an extra layer. Keep in mind, when you're doing a motorized projection screen, that motor is designed to test a little bit more than what it should be, will jam your motor. So that's why when we designed the formula, it was designed to bleed into the surface. That's why I said 8 carries everything that all the other screens have. That's what made the 8. I tell you, oh, you know what I'm thinking about doing? Okay, I did this demonstration where I did the floor. Oh wait, I'll do that one. That I definitely got to show you. That was freaking cool. I'm gonna do the floor in here. I'm gonna project my floor. I'm gonna do a projection screen for my floor. I gotta do it because, man, that was the coolest thing. Last night doing that live, that was the coolest thing ever. I definitely want to do that. I want to do the floor in here, so I'm gonna move some of my stuff upstairs. But that was freaking cool. I'm gonna show you the demonstration of last night. Now this is last night live in my home, and me walking around showing you how we do ambient light rejection test. Now the projector I'm using right there is a 2500 lumen Epson ultra short. Though we got it projected directly to the floor, and I want you to see all the lighting I have in the environment. That right there, the styrofoam screen in the middle, is coated with Supreme 8 technology. We had a ball last night. We were watching movies off the floor. We was watching Tron. We were doing visual effects, 3D. We're doing meteor showers. We're doing all kinds of crazy. We had a ball in that video. That was fun. Because the first time I did it, I had the projector sitting right up on top of the screen. So, you know, I get a few people that'll come and say, well, once you set the projector up. So the projector is actually doing a long, it's a short, ultra short throw, but it's doing a long distance throw because it's sitting right up on top of the bookcase over there. But that's not the fun part. Let me show you. I went downstairs, I coated an 80-inch wallpaper screen and laid it on the floor. Oh, it was fun. It was fun. I'm thinking like I'm gonna put like a Doctor Who kind of like vortex on my gaming room floor. So it looks like I'm constantly being sucked into a vortex. And of course, I'm probably gonna get all kinds of weird headaches from it, but yeah. So I gotta show you this. This was so freaking cool. I'm gonna get the big screen. We gotta fast forward. Oh, check this out. Literally looks like the stars are lifting up at you, but you got to see it on the 80 inch. So I did the 80 inch downstairs. I cut it, customized it. That's the 80 inch. That's the 80 inch on the floor. That's me walking around the screen. Maybe on a program for the phone. Let me see. See, pull up another video. Oh, we did some. This is what I want to show you. And this is with all the lights on in my house, with the screen laying flat to the ground. And we can pull an image up with no problem. This is the one I did on the forum site. When I first came in, I had all the lights off in the environment. Came in, showed them the label, turned all the lights on, and showed a dark, deep blue ocean in the middle of my floor with all my lights on. Then I put the gray screen and the elite screen in. It didn't come out too well. Here we go. Look at this. There you go. There's your gray screen. That screen paint mix right there. There's an elite screen right there. Now if I turn the lights out, that's the only way the screen's gonna pull. Lights on, lights off. This is what I'm talking about. You have to be to test your stuff on different levels. That's what I'm saying. I don't consider these screens to be ambient light projection. They don't do demonstrations like this. You name one time you ever seen any of these high-end screens doing that. And keep in mind, the projector I have is a 720p projector at 2500 lumens. So they're using like 5,000, 10,000. That's why I said we went to that test facility and they wanted to test out our product. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm looking at this projector. It's like 10,000 lumens. You hit that screen, my screen, a 10,000 lumen projector. Yeah, it's going to look insane. Here we go. Check this out. And this is something. This field star field demonstrations are hard to pull off on any screen. These are star field demonstrations. You've seen me do these a few times. Automatically, any gray screen is going to react the same way to a star field. And if it's dark gray. So if you say, well, Ken, guess what? I want to see dark gray. Show me the dark gray, Ken. Show me the dark gray. Don't be shy. Show me the dark gray. All right. We can find one. If we can find one. There we go. Dark gray. This is dark gray right here. This is usually what the Frankenstein mix looks like. It's a dark gray right there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this here in the middle right there. That's a nice dark gray right there. What do you think is darker? Do you think the what you would call them? Oh, and second of all, to the fellow who asked me to calm down, I have a right to enjoy myself. That's what I like to do. You calm down, sir. You calm down. Good day. All right. Tell me to calm down. The Fruity Pebbles out of here with that nonsense. This is my show. All right. Let's grab some. So we got dark gray screen. Let's grab all the dark colors. We got the dark colors, the dark gray. Like I said, keep in mind, like I said, consider. I always say keep in mind a lot. That's something stuck in your head. It's a lot. Like good grief, you just keep in mind a lot. Is he brainwashing us? No, not brainwashing. I'm saying keep in mind over and over again. But anyway, as I said before, like if someone offered me right now, and I mean a company would offer me a ton of money for this technology to be able to let them incorporate it, and I've had investors come across my table quite a few times And I've gotten into massive arguments with these jokers. There's a couple of funny incidents that happened to me. There are a few incidents where we had an investor come up. An investor wanted to any of that stuff because shareholders will control your company. They'll tell you what and what you can't do. I would never, ever, never sign on with a company bigger than me. No way in the world. Never would ever do it. If I sign on with a company bigger than me, that means I have no control. I'm at the mercy of them. I will only do business with companies that are either equal or pretty much a little bit lower than me. But I'm not a big company, never. Because then what they want to do is I've been name, they want to make it like their way. I mean, if bit by bit, they just want to incorporate it into their circle. That's what they want to do. And then worse upon worse, they want to change the price. Well, if we're going to market the screen for a certain price and, for certain consumers and for it to stay afloat, we got to charge this amount of dollars for it. I'm not charging no $4,000 and $5,000 for a projection screen. That's freaking insane. I don't care if anybody gets upset over this in their particular market world. That's craziness, man. $4,000 for a projection screen? Are you freaking kidding me? That's just too much money. That's too much money. Let me come over here real quick. Let's what are we pulling up over here? And before somebody says, well, Ken, your screen's not worth $4,000. That's insane. How dare you say that? I just beat a $4,000 projection screen just a few minutes ago. As a matter of fact, I just beat a whole bunch of screens for about $4,000 or $5,000. You just watched it live, whether you like it or not. I got some people that leave because they're upset by that, but it's real. You've seen it. Tell me where I'm wrong. All right, so let's go on from there. Let's see. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't be so quick to say that because, like I said, if you knew what was, no, I can't say anything about that. I forgot about that. I have great backing. I'm gonna put it that way. And you don't do the thing about it. If there are companies that tested my product and they do want to mainstream it, if they mainstream my product, you will end up paying $5,000 for a screen. I guarantee you. Not me. If I mainstream, I got several large providers that are interesting this summer than the technology I'm developing. If it goes mainstream where it goes, you will probably end up spending $5,000, maybe more for one of these screens, especially if it goes to that show and it blows out a black diamond at $5,000. How much do you think my technology will be worth then? So good thing I'm a humble person. I don't really care about that. I'd rather basically design screens and live humbly, and I'm not into selling out. Because the same demonstrations you're seeing, big corporate seeing also too. Let's go over here real quick and let's grab let's see what we're going to get from here. We got to blend the screen. So we got to do anything that's going to blend the screen. Let's just bring up anything that's going to blend the screen. Pretty much anything will freaking work to blend the screen. Let's see. Let's go and put in 4K fish will blend the screen. We have a light gray screen and we have a black screen up there. So now we have darker screens up there. So let's see what happens. I can't wait to start this project with this TV, doing a projection screen in the room. The room has so much light and it's insane. It's so bright in there. It's unbelievable. It's going to be fun to work in there. All right. I'm not doing my videos. I'm going to get ridiculed, but I'm just doing that particular one in that room. All right. So let's go pull up. Come on. We need Ken to think here. Thank you. My brain's not working right now. Let's do the white first. Let's do white. Let's do the white first. I'm going to show the gray screen. These are the darkest screens we have. I'm showing right now. We're going to do the white screen first. So we have a dark gray. We have a dark gray screen and we have a black screen. So see how they react to light. All right. So this screen right here. So I'll pull it off real quick. Oh, I'm just bumping from the projector anyway. Just show you how light the screen is. This is a dark gray screen. So those of you been asking me, what happens if you take a dark gray screen paint and you put it against a black screen? Can I get the same results? No. We got the white levels kicking off. Let's go to an all black screensaver and see what happens. You'll see this summer. Hey, I got some very interesting things popping up. You'll see this. I'm gonna see some very interesting. Then you're gonna have to question whether or not if I'll sell out or not. You're gonna see something really interesting. Trust me when I tell you. I got some big people that have been staring at our technology for a while, and there's a few contract negotiations going on that might end up getting a couple of distributorships for my technology, but still not gonna sell out. Ha ha ha. What would be the point? Come on, what, sell out, make millions of dollars, and basically bottom line is leave you guys in the dust where you have to sit there and struggle to figure out exactly what you're trying to use to make your screen look fantastic and at the mercy of other bullcrap. Nah. I love what I do. Why do I freak when I sell out? Come on, man. Every morning I get to get up and I get to design something insane. You can imagine. I had one person say, "Oh, get a job." Dude, I'm 51 years old. I have a degree in culinary arts. Also, too, I have a degree in IT tech. Woo. So I have degrees, all right? But I like this field better. You know why? Because I'm not stuck in the office and the scenery changes. That's why. I get to go outside and do videos and movies and stuff. I remember one time I was sitting outside and I'm sitting eating popcorn and I'm watching a movie outside, so I'm testing the screen out eating popcorn. What are you doing, working? It has its downsides, trust me. It can be extremely stressful. I've been in the hospital a few times over stress. So I've had problems. I've had incidents. So we do the OLED with the fish, gray screen, or black screen. Told you, no matter what, OLED's backgrounds are designed to be black. It's always going to come up gray. Let's blend. Now, keep in mind, if I do white, we all know I can match a gray screen. Let's blend a gray screen in. So we just do straight gray to see if we can get the blend in. Let's grab, let's see. We're not going to be able to pull up black. This is what happens if you put up all black on a gray screen. So right now the projector is showing black. It's projecting black right now. So you can't see it because the bottom line is that gray screens can't pull up black levels. If I go into this display right here, there you go. Doesn't make a difference. It can't pull black. Go over to the, see if we can get the blend in here. See? Can't pull black level. It just pulls up a darker shade of gray. That's all you're getting. You're not getting black. You're getting a darker shade of gray. That's why the screen has an off color to it. That's why. The background is supposed to be black. And if you notice, our screen's blank. Our screen is actually lighter than the dark gray. We're still blending it. That's because the white level, our screen's producing such a high white level, that's why. This is the, oh shoot, hold on. We got a little battery kicking off. Let me go grab some cords. Where is my... And I've been with you guys working. I didn't realize, I'm looking on a security monitor and there's no car there in the driveway. Like, oh shoot, I didn't know she left. Oh, well, I'm getting in trouble for that one. You guys got me in trouble. Your fault. Now I have to go out and buy her flowers. This is your fault. Usually I give her a kiss before she leaves out. Your fault. I'm blaming it on you. It's your fault. Okay. Yeah, I was at 2% of my battery. Like, literally. Is this thing plugged in? Let's see. Yeah, I'm plugged in. Cool. Make sure everything's hooked up here correctly. Make sure my battery's charging. Yeah, it's charging good. So if we do the Frankenstein mix, which is pretty much around that color, that is going to blend in with our screen with no problem. Let's grab ourselves another video real quick. My big head's in the way. Let's see if we can get let's pull this one right here. Keep in mind the background. Anytime you watch a demonstration like this, the background is always supposed to be, no matter what. Why is Bluetooth running on this thing? Look at that. Not in the same color. So that means our black screen right now is pulling a white level that's literally so high, it's matching with a gray screen. Now you see that for a minute? Hold on for a minute. Let's go look at that for a minute. Now, you can pull the color. Gray screen can't pull the contrast. There you go. Difference how dark your screen is, you can't pull contrast. That's all to it. You can make it the darkest gray you could possibly think of. It could be gunmetal. It can't pull contrast. You need a screen with 100% black level to pull a true contrast level. But you can get color. You can definitely get that. You're just not going to get the contrast. It's not going to be there. So anything that comes up in black on that screen is going to come up either a kind of a dark gray. The lighter the screen, the less contrast you're going to have. The colors are going to be brighter, but yet, like I said, it's going to suffer. Like I said, okay, as I put it before, when I said that, if you take a light gray screen paint like a UV mix, and you put this against this technology, it's going to pull up a higher white level because the screen can produce a higher white level because the screen is lighter. But in order to basically even out the contrast, they put more black paint into it. And the more black paint you put into it, that means what happens is, yes, you can pick up deeper colors, but the problem you have when you still get the contrast because the screen is not 100% black, you will still pick up a gray image. So when the lights are out and you think you're seeing black, you're actually just seeing a darker shade of gray. You're literally not seeing black. 2001 that you paid for in your projector, you're not even using it. Turn it off. You're not using it. I mean, it's not showing up on your screen. My projector behind me has a 3000 to 1. That's what it is. That's what you're really getting from a screen paint mix. And everything I'm telling you right now, when that paint gets here and I pick it up and I bring it down here and I do the same demonstration you watch me do, there's nothing you can say about it. Not one thing. I said the same thing about the daylight paxer. When I first saw the demonstration, they were showing the ambient light projection test on it, where they had that little bit of light over top of it. I said, "There's no way in the world that screen's going to pass over here." I said that right on camera. I said, "I call it. I call it before it gets here." And sure enough, it's here. We have it here. We tested it. It did exactly what I said it was going to do. Let's get some. Let's pull in some deep black levels. All right. So we'll bring it back. Beginning, and let's bring it some deep black levels. And all the while we're doing this demonstration, we're in a fully lit environment. Now there's plenty of lumens. My projector's 43. So let's check out the light. It's not gonna be much dark. It's not gonna be dark in here too much, but you'll see. We still have light pushing through the windows. See the reds fade? You gotta have contrast to pull that. It'll pull color, just like I said. Problem is when you get the contrast levels, the screen is going to fade. Bingo. We're pulling up the same white levels that the gray screen's pulling up. Let's see if we can blend the screen. Let's blend the screen. Let's go into a 4K fish display and let's see if we can blend the screen. If we get the screen to blend all together quite nicely. Let's go get to 4K with the 4K here. And then we'll go over here. We got 4K fish. No, we got 4K. Oh, no, wrong one. Let's clear that out. And then let's go in and pull up. As a matter of fact, let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. If I was supposed to do this first, when I first started, I was supposed to do that one. Let's make it hard for the screen because we don't do things easy over here. Gotta have them lights on. And keep in mind, my screen is lighter than the screen you're watching right now. White levels, a gray screen is going to be to pull up. Problem it's going to have is when it comes to color and contrast, the failure rate is going to start to rise. Ah, wish I can get that demonstration. I have no idea where to get that freaking demonstration. Let's put the fishy fish. Let's see, 4K. Mind you, my screen, keep in mind, is lighter. Well, actually, it's darker. So I got a darker screen, and yet. Now, keep in mind, in the argument, well, not argument, in the discussion about our black technology, it's supposed to be so dark that you cannot see the screen. You can see the screen, right? But it's supposed to be so dark, so pitch black dark that you can't see the screen. It's impossible to see. I'm pretty sure we can see everything around that gray screen, right? It's so dark that you can't see the screen. How is it that you're seeing everything around the screen itself? Wait a minute. Now let's go back. We're going to go back to the black screens. Let's go remove this off because we've already proved that theory on this one, right? Having fun today. Let's see. Now we got black house paint up there. Black house paint and black vinyl up against the screen. You're probably thinking, that looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing. Now you can tell me to calm down. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Look at that. Why should I even buy your screen paint? You just showed black paint. That's black paint right there. Look at that. That is black paint right there. That is black paint. Look at that. That is paint. We got him. We got him live on camera. We got him live on camera. That is definitely black paint. Look how amazing that looks. Any black surface, as I said, will put white level. But we got him. It looks black paint. It looks perfect. Yeah. We'll just say that. It looks like my screen. It looks just like your screen. Like your screen. Let's do black level tests on this real quick. Let's go to the Starfield screensaver. We'll pull that up too. Let's see what we get. You've got to be kidding me. Looks just like it's paint. I love to put that wow factor in there. Come on, let's just tease the wow factor. Let's put that nice and flat. There we go. That looks just like its product. Now, remember what I said about basically a white screen being oversaturated with too many white levels? Well, guess what? Black screens have that problem too. If you don't have a screen that produces a white level or different shades of white, you're producing too much contrast and the image comes out dirty. Very dirty. So you have to have a perfect balance of white and a perfect balance of black. Well, let's go through some more dark contrasts. Let's see, let's go over and let's pull up. Here's another one right here. Let's get this one. There's Star Trek right there. That's a pretty quick Star Trek right there. Starfield test. Hold on for a minute. So I'm going to keep this nut. Want this corner black, right? Any black surface can pull up black. For instance, any black surface can pull up black. Any black surface. I can envelope mailer right here. Let's use this. Let's use black envelope. I had somebody request vinyl. Vinyl? We should do vinyl. Somebody said, well, what's the difference between your technology? The back of my projection screen is black vinyl. I'm going to get the same results you can get. All right, so we'll put that right there. Right there. We got that right in there. There we go. Now we got black bubble wrap, all right? Let me see. Let's try for vinyl. This right here is black vinyl. This is the same kind of black vinyl that's found on the back of your projection screen. They used to black out to keep the light from pushing through. Yeah, I'm having fun. This is my day in the morning. See, when you test your stuff on this level every day, this is a cakewalk. You're doing camera. That's what the hard demonstrations. The hard demonstrations. Yes. Make it hard. Hard demonstrations. Too easy. Man, I'm telling you. If you think the 8 is powerful, when I launch the 9 and 10, it's going to be the Widowmaker. Every projection screen I can get my hands on. This is nothing compared to what I'm working on when it comes to the 9 and 10. This is just the beginning. And when I get a booth over there at that CES or wherever it's called, I'm going to make sure my booth it's going to have so much light that it's going to look like a football stadium. Oh, you'll know my booth when you see it. It'll be the one that like angels are descending on it. It's going to be bright. I'm going to put all that freaking ambient light rejection nonsense to shame. All right. All black contrast, right? And of course, we left the bars on this side so that we can see my screen is black and not gray, as somebody thinks it's gray. I don't know. I got that one. Okay, so let's go out of here. And unless we did the star field, different forms of black contrast on here. Looks pretty okay. Let's go over and let's pull up some white levels. Already seen it already, aren't you? Let's entertain it. And voila. There you go. That's what makes our technology different from anything in the market. We can pull white level. So let's see. If you decide to use the back end of your projection screen instead of using our technology, you get that. That's vinyl. That's the same vinyl that's on the back of a projection screen. PVC. That's what that is. That right there is cardboard painted with flat black paint. That right there is black fiberglass. And that right there is a black shipping envelope, which I put up there just for kicks and giggles so we can have some fun with it. Ta-da. And the screen you're seeing right here, producing the higher level, is our technology. Now, before you come in and say, well, what about the settings in your projector? Well, okay, I can understand all that because I have demonstrations on that where we use several low entry-level projectors. Even the 1,000 lumen projector on the floor, we dropped the minimum all the way down to, and we were still able to produce a higher. I'll put those at the bottom so you can check them out yourself. And if you want to, you can also check out the projector over here, my ultra short throw that I have on my black screen. And guess what my settings are in? Keep in mind, look at all the lights we have coming in through my windows, how bright it is in my environment, nice and bright. And I want you to look at my settings. My settings on my brightness are on 0. Yes. So my setting, all my projectors sit in eco mode, all of them. There's no point. The screen generates so much white light, I don't need it. So let's go over here and let's pull up some snow. I want to watch some snow. Let's see. Come out here real quick. I'm going to bounce on this one right there. Let me see. This is pretty cool. Let's see if we got anything on abstract art or anything in white. No, just all white. Okay, let's go from here. LG snowboarding. LG snowboarding. There we go. Let's go all the way back. Bring it up to the beginning and let's begin. All right, By the way, fiberglass hot spots like crazy, as you're seeing right here. So that blinding glare that comes off the fiberglass. Yeah, I'm gonna warn you. If you ever try to use fiberglass, a black fiberglass or vinyl, and you hit that with a freaking 4300 lumen projector, just be warned, you're gonna look like Raiden. All it hot spots like crazy. So as I said before in my demonstrations, as always, that technology, and I said before, will never be able to produce a white level as high as a white screen or a gray screen, and a gray screen cannot produce a white level as high as a white screen. But consider the fact neither one of them can do contrast, but our screen can produce a white level that's so high that you won't even miss it. And compared to any black screen out there or any black surface, can't produce white light. Our screens are the only ones that produce white light. Let's go over to something nice and bright. Let's go over to, I got a good one over here. Let's go to KJ. Got a good one of these models on here. Oh, I love that demonstration. It is freaking sweet. We'll pull up over down here. There's one over there. Let's get I'm trying to find this one. There we go. This is beautiful. Let's show the skin tones of the technology. There we go. Music for this one. Oops, Vinyl just came down. Let's get Vinyl back up there. Let's get Vinyl back up there. Vinyl's got to go back up. Come on, Vinyl. Yeah, you don't look at demonstrations, but not today. All right, come on. Let's get you up there. Only problem with vinyl screens, like I said, they can't produce white light, and they will freaking hot spot like crazy. Yes, they will. All right, let's try this again and make sure we can get Vinyl to stay up there this time. See how dirty the image is? Muddy and dirty. Look at the vinyl right here. That is horrible. Good gracious. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. I know y'all are looking at that black paint and like, oh, it's amazing. No. Paint. Up close. You see our technology up close? I'm showing you right there. That's the black paint up close. See how dirty the image is? Look at the image right here compared to our image. This right here, this is just for kicks and giggles. There's no point. This is what black vinyl looks like. You get real close and see. That's our technology. Look at this. You can see up close what you're actually getting. There you go. If people want me to get up close, I got no problem getting up close. I'll show you exactly what you're getting. That's what you're getting. A real dirty, muddy, disgusting image. That's what you're getting. Let's go over to Now this is one of the brightest videos. I'm gonna let it play all the way into the very end, and this will give you an idea. Even though you think because the screen's showing good when it comes to contrast, the white levels are important. Because without the white levels, you get a dirty, disgusting image. All right, kind of looking for something real quick. I'm going to show you something really quick. The screen I'm going to be putting up in the bedroom. I'm trying to figure out what I did with my tape. Just had it a few minutes ago and I lost it. So bear with me. Thought I heard a sample sheet fall off. Yep, one fell off. All right, let me show you what we're about to do right now. All right, so let me get this real quick because I had to set up for the other room real quick while I was getting you guys ready. This right here is the bedroom, right? Now, in the bedroom, this is where we have the Optima GT 5600. This is a 3600 lumen projector with a 20,000 to 1 contrast. In here, and this is where we're going to set it up because she didn't want to put mounting brackets and all this crazy stuff into the wall. She didn't want anything sticking out. So I have the Supreme 8 on Velcro right there. And I'm going to show you the difference. Let me turn this off. I got that blast into the house. So let's go downstairs and let me grab something from downstairs real quick. Oh man, so like I said, crazy day today. You guys don't know, it's gonna be crazy today. So right now, these are the orders going out today. These are orders for the day. Your tracking numbers on it is activating today. I still got more to do. Where in the world? I came down here for something. Oh, the other cell phone. My other cell phone has video playback on it, and I bet you it's upstairs in the room I just literally just left out of. This is me. I go up 2 flights of stairs. Actually, if I go to the attic, that'd be another area I gotta go travel to. Let me see, where's the phone at? I usually never show up this room. This is her little private room. We're still working on it in here. Let me see. Okay, we got a feed going on here. Which one? I think this one is. I can't remember which room this is. I'll figure it out. And this one's attic too. Over here. So this is the project for today. So she wants the screen up here. She doesn't want anything crazy and nothing gigantic, so I can't put anything monstrous up there. So it has to be reasonable on what she wants up there. So that's what I'm putting up here. Let me see. All right, so this is what I'm working with right here today. This is what I'm using. The Optima was swapped out here so we can have it up here so we can watch movies and shows and whatever she wants to watch. It gets pretty bright in here, so these are my overhead lights in here to show you how bright it is in this environment. So I have to, actually this is just to show you how it's going to look once I get the screen built, because this is not going to be the screen. This is just something for me to just show you what we're going to get out of this. So I'm only going to stick up there for a minute. It's not going to stay. It's just temporary for the time being. Hold on for a minute. Let me go get my stand. I need to get my stand. I need to get my charger so I can keep charging my phone while I'm here. My phone's at its last. There we go. Could I be possibly? That's amazing how I can pull something from my room and still be hooked on something stupid. I almost dropped my gaming system right on the floor. Wow, that'd have been a great start to the day. Let's break something that we can't get back again. All right. So I want to plug you guys over here just for a minute. So this is the project for today. She wants the screen right there, and it has to be used in a footage environment. How much light we have in the environment. This room is not going to go dark. I'm going to tell you right now. Use ultra short thermal vector. That's what she wanted to use, because since I have a Sony downstairs, she said, what are you doing with the Optima? I said, well, it's just sitting in my work spot. That's what I'm using it for. She said, don't you have another projector? I said, yes I do. She says, I want this one. So this is the one that's coming in here. So she didn't want a TV in here. She didn't want some big bulky TV from the wall. And if you ever mounted a TV before, you got to, the painstaking nightmare. You got to put this thing into the wall. And this is a firewall on this side, so I got to get a masonry to do all that work. I got too much to do today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use double-sided Scotch tape, extra strength, and you see the same color as the wood trim in here, as the bit and everything, the wood trim. I'm actually going to trim out the screen in the same color as the wood, so it matches everything in the interior. That's what she wants. That's what she gets. So when it's done, I'll show you the demonstration. We'll do this. Like I said, we have plenty of light in here because this area is very well lit. Well lit. We don't like to be in the dark, neither one of us. So she likes to scream when she comes home from work. So that's one of the things, because her girlfriend has a 50-inch, and man, I watched them when I helped them put the screen in. We had to put the brackets in, we had to bolt it in, and all the nonsense, and the screen just happened to sit on the side of the firewall. I'm like, oh, that's my day right there, chewed away. So we're gonna do it. I'm just in the middle, just gonna put up this enough tape so it stays, so it doesn't fall off. We're just going to stick this in the middle. This is just styrofoam. We're not going to use it for the styrofoam just put you there against the wall. You go in the corner, you're up in bad. Stay there. I'll be back. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. All right. So, come on, man. Really? Seriously? The improvement we're going to get once I put the black technology up, we're going to be able to pull a much better image. And keep in mind, I got the projector on low settings. We had to put everything on low settings on the projector because it was hitting the white wall and it was just reflecting so much light. So I had this in theater mode. I have everything set to either blind and her. So this will allow us to put everything back up to normal. But there you are right there. That's the difference between our technology and using a white wall. And this is on a projector that has a 20,000 to 1 contrast. So even with a 20,000 to 1 contrast, you're not going to pull that up. I think my screen's laying a little bit. You might want to say how much light, how well lit the bedroom is. So even with the curtains shut, we get a lot of light in this environment. That's why I said I don't like to be in the dark. I don't like dark environments. So we have to either sit back here and see that screen. There you go. So once it's done and finished, it should take me long to do it. It's all done. Turn this off too. And I bet you $100. Where's the remote controls? That's the one thing I'm fearing, man. It's my remote controls. I got a funny feeling she's gonna lose her remote control. She always loses the remotes. All right. With that being said, that's the project for today. We'll work on that today and some other things. I'm gonna try to see if I can get through the paint with Jamie, but I doubt that's gonna happen today because I got too much to do. I got the orders to get out. I got to get dressed. I got to be right now. I got to be at the post office right now to start dropping off packages. I get that done, but I'm gonna pick that up today, and we'll have it here in the box. We'll be good to go. Get all my sample sheets up. Yeah. All right. That's basically about it. I gotta. Oh shoot! I'm stepping on tape down here. Wads of tape. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I gotta go. Thank you all for your time and God bless. The price change, as I said before, let me give you a recap real quick. Once the promotional shopping carts have depleted, there's no more left. Then officially, it's going to be already set. We're going to actually start changing the prices over to drop them a little bit lower. Keep in mind, they're not going to be at the promotional price as a 2-quart. That was just a promotional deal. Like I said, we got to still ship these items overseas. Shipping is expensive, very costly. You know, if you people want free shipping overseas and everything else, you know what I mean, keep in mind it costs money. So, what is this on my screen? So what we're going to do is with the promotional deal, the 2 quarts that we're going for, and I said you better grab that why it's available now. With the 2 quarts, we're going to change that over to the 1 quart. So the 1 quart's going to be $179, but to keep the deal sweet, because you know you're going to miss 2 quarts out of that, we're going to add in only with the 1 quart a 100-inch blackout cloth surface that you can paint. So because we're going to switch over the 179 over to the 1 quart. To keep that deal still sweet, we're going to actually add in a 100-inch 16.9 blackout cloth, and that will go with the 2 quarts. So remember, the 2 quarts when they came out, they were around $297. They're going to be now $179, and that's going to come with a free blackout cloth surface. So, you know, paint whatever you want, indoor, outdoor. It's up to you on how you want to do it. Now, as for the other prices, this is only going to affect the 2 gallons. 1 gallon and 2 quarts. That's it. Those are the ones going to get the price drop. The wallpaper screens are not included. Of course, the 9 and 10 ARs are not included in that deal. They're on a whole new other entity. But other than that, yes. As soon as the shopping cart depletes, we got 20 of them left. This is a chance for you to jump on and get the screen paint at 2 quarts for $179. We have 20 of them left in there. Once that depletes and that's gone, then officially we will switch over to the changing the prices on the website to bring the prices down a little bit lower. I like when we did the promotional. I like doing the promotional. Promotional is fun. So we're going to do more of those promotionals. We're going to do more promotions, and we're going to do some like giveaways, like, you know, popcorn maker. You know what I mean? I might give away one of them big popcorn makers. You ever seen my giant popcorn maker downstairs? I'm thinking about giving one of those away. Giving somebody a giant popcorn maker. Let me show you the 2 popcorn makers. I'm sorry, but if you see my bathroom, I do apologize about that. That's quite rude. I apologize. Remember, this is the first one. That's one we're going to give away. Right there. I'm going to give 2 of those away. And the other one is going to be this one right here. They're not these little popcorn machines. There's nothing to sneeze at. That's the other one I'm going to give away too. I'm going to give away 2 of those. So we're going to have we're going to set it up. We're going to do some kind of prize or something, and the winner will actually get one of these. And this popcorn machine is freaking amazing. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but it's all metal. It has a warming light on it to keep the popcorn nice and warm. This is all professional, very easy to put together. Right there, this is all professional, very easy to put together. And then it has the drawer down the bottom. You put all your popcorn stuff down there. It comes with a little scooper and everything needed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in with that package, when we do that, actually with that giveaway, we're going to throw in the popcorn containers. I thought about the bags, but you know, you get kids and they'll crumb up the bags and throw it away. This way you can wash these out and use them over and over again. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give away some popcorn makers. All right. With that being said, I got to get ready and get out the door. I got packages to get out, and y'all have a blessed day.